We talked about the spleen, correct? The spleen is what's called a lymphoid tissue. Remember that? Okay. Can you guys see this? On that side of the room, can you see what I write on the board here? I assume you can. Okay? I'm going to ask you what's the difference in taste. No. What's the difference between a rectal thermometer and an oral thermometer? The taste. So the white pulp in the spleen, this is where blood-borne pathogens are destroyed. And the red pulp that's in the spleen is it spelled right? Doesn't look right. This is where red blood cells, white blood cells, and platelets are destroyed. So now, you see all of the functions of the spleen, and you can see what happens in what segment. So do you see that if you lose a spleen, do you see how you now have a problem? You could have potential problems fighting certain types of infections, correct? If you become, what's the word if an organism is living in the blood?
Septic.
If you become septic, you see how if you don't have a spleen, there's one more thing that's going to work against you in fighting this disease, right? Next, the spleen also destroys old and worn out red and white blood cells and platelets. One thing I want to teach you here, which the next thing I'm about to say is not on the exam, there's something called a pernicious